If you like full coverage, then hello. Good morning everyone. It is almost 10 a.m. so today we are doing another foundation first impression. This time we are doing it on the Revolution XX foundation. This is the foundation. There is also the glow skin foundation, glowy finish I'm assuming. So if you guys enjoy this video, and if this turns out well, let me know if you want me to review the other one as well. But basically xxrevolution is like a new range of makeup they are bringing out. I think it's a little bit of a higher price point, so no longer is this like ridiculously dirt cheap. This is meant to be a more of like a professional quality, more expensive. It's still not like high-end, do you know what I mean? I think this is like 18 US dollars. I'm just looking on the website now. Don't mind my scummy nails right now, honestly. I need to go get them done. 18 US dollars or about 15 euro. Not sure how much you can get it for in New Zealand. I don't know if it's in New Zealand yet or if you have to order online, but I'll put some links down below. And I have a couple of shades here. I've got the shade 8.5, which is this one, and then I also have the shade 9.5, which looks a little bit too dark, but I might have to mix them together. We'll see how we go. And I also have the concealer as well. So I'm just going to clip back my hair out of my face first. I freshly washed it, so it's very like limp. It looks kind of average today. And look at those roots. I actually get my hair done next week, which will be good. Anyway, moving along, I am going to prime half of my face. I'm going to let that sink in and I'll tell you a little bit more about the product. I'm going to use this primer I already tried it the other day in my full face of first impressions video. Hydra Quench primer. So I'm going to put this on maybe this half of my face and just let that kind of like settle in while I tell you about this foundation. This stuff's like super glue, it's so out of it. If you want to see like my review, you can check out the other video. I'll link it down below. I still stand by the fact, like I feel like it feels like After Sun, like that aloe vera burn gel. So the foundation comes in 55 shades catering to yellow, olive, pink, neutral, cool, golden, orange, and warm undertone. So the two colors I've got 9.5 and 8.5. They just sent me like a small range, which is fine because I don't need every color obviously. But they're all kind of like my fake tan shades. These are some of the lightest ones that had that more golden undertone. 9.5, this one's an olive undertone, and then 8.5 is more of a yellow undertone. So yeah, I think if I mix them together when I've got a fresh fake tan, I think they'll be perfect. And this one, 8.5, will probably be quite good when I've got maybe this amount of color a little bit less on. Silky Smooth Skin is just a pump away with our Longwear Silk Finish Foundation for those who can't get enough of full coverage, infused with vitamin E and hyaluronic acid to treat your skin. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the last first impression I did, the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation. Hyaluronic acid, silky kind of finish, full coverage. So it'll be interesting to see how this one compares. Obviously it's in a different packaging. It's in your traditional like pump bottle. Really pretty actually. I like how it's like a blackish kind of shiny cap, and then it's silver pump, glass packaging. It's got the XX and then your normal stuff on the bottom with your shade. It feels quite heavy and like fancy, you know, it doesn't feel cheap or tacky or anything like that. Obviously that means it's probably not the best for travel, but I mean, whatever. You can still travel with it, but yeah, it is a little bit more weighty with that glass packaging. And then we've also got the Conceal XX Super Fix Concealer. This goes for 10 euro. So yeah, like a good price point, not super dirt cheap. It's not like super high-end pricing either, just kind of like still affordable, I guess, you know, still affordable. Let's cut to the base. This concealer is a gotta have for long-wear life-proof coverage. The stretchable formula conceals and brightens skin, covering blemishes, dark circles, and redness with absolutely no flashback. This unique under-eye hugging flexible applicator gives one swipe impact for a flawless satin finish, so you can flex your complexion. Vitamin E, hyaluronic acid, 55 shades with all of those undertones as well, and this one is in the shade 8.5. This is like the lightest one I was sent, so we'll try this one. I'm going to go around my eyebrows with it. I'll probably use it on my face and under my eyes as well, just to conceal, because you can see I've got some issues today. This pimple is so painful. I don't know where it came from. I literally can like play connect the dots on my face right now. My skin's no joke. I don't know what's going on. I've been treating it well, trust me. I think it's just anxiety and stuff. So we're going to go into the concealer first. I just want to show you. It's like quite hard to pull out. I was so scared it was gonna like flick everywhere. The applicator looks like this. It does look kind of normal, but it's just on this angle, so you can like apply it easy, I guess. Like, I mean, whatever. I'm gonna wipe off a little bit of excess product. It's not like there's a lot on there, but I just don't know like how far it's gonna go. So I'm going to go around my eyebrows. I did get them done finally. Yay me. I'm gonna go around, and then I'm going to use a concealer brush just to really sharpen them up. And that's pretty much my eyebrows done once I've done that. And I'm not going to put it on the breakouts yet because I want to just see how the foundation covers all of that with no extra concealer. I'm just using a concealer brush. Okay, first impression, the texture feels nice. It's a really nice kind of like thick but easy to blend kind of formula. Thick as in like, not like thick and goopy, but like just good coverage, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You do need to blend it well. I feel like if I just do one stroke like this, you can like see brush strokes. So just making sure to really blend that. And it seems to dry reasonably quickly as well, which is something to note. Like this side, I put it down straight away. Like this was the first eye I drew on. And like right now, like to blend this out, it's like, ooh, like it's really set in place, which is a good thing, but maybe do one eye at a time. And I'm just applying it over my eyelids so you can kind of see like the coverage, and it's quite impressive. It doesn't feel heavy either. The color looks really good, I think. Nice undertone. It is not budging in terms of it's not moving like from where I put it. It's not all goopy, it's not too liquidy, where, you know, some concealers like move a lot, and especially around the eyebrows, if you're trying to carve them out, some concealers can kind of like leak into the eyebrow hairs, whereas this one like stayed exactly where I put it. If I zoom you all the way in, you can see like the sharp line around my eyebrows. It stayed where I put it. Obviously I still need to blend it out a little bit better, but we will be putting foundation on anyway, so whatever. I feel like it does show a little bit of texture, so hopefully it looks good under my eyes where I've got some like tiny little creases and things. So by the way, this applied pretty much the same on both sides. Actually, you know what, on the primed side I feel like it looks a little bit smoother. Do you guys agree? Like I feel like this side looks a little bit smoother than the unprimed one. Alright, so yeah, I'm probably gonna go straight in with the lighter color of foundation and maybe just add a touch of 9.5 if it looks a little bit too pale. So I'm gonna do a full pump on the unprimed side. Oh, no I'm not. Okay, there we go. I don't even think that was a full pump. Let's try one more. There we go. So that's a full pump. That was like a half one. And I have my sponge here, so I'm going to just spread this out. Oh my god, this pimple hurts. Okay, yeah, look, I'm definitely going to need actually some of the darker one. I feel like it's a little bit lighter than what it looks like in the packaging, so I'm going to take a pump of the darker one as well. That's like almost a full pump. It's because it's like brand new, so it's like squirting out air. So I'm just going to blend these two colors together. Yeah, I think this is going to be better. The fake tan I have on right now is the, I think it's Saint-Tropez, maybe? The watermelon scented one. I'll try to find it and link it below. It's really nice and it wears off so easily. Alright, so I'm not having any issues whatsoever blending this out. Like, it's literally just effortless. I'm just going to keep going because right now I look like I'm wearing a mask. I'm going to have to put this down my neck a little bit. It is very matte. But it doesn't look dry yet or anything, considering I haven't got primer on this side of my face. I'm just mixing the two shades together on the little box. I'm just going to bring that down a little more. There's how it looks on the unprimed side of my face. It looks so dang smooth. I feel like I didn't mix the colors together perfectly because it looks a little bit like patchy-ish, like where I've mixed the two shades. So this is a better option for me. Look how skirty I am. Just mixed on the box, but yeah, just want to make sure it looks smooth. Okay, the coverage is insane with one layer. Literally look at that difference. Like, that's a big difference. So now let's do the prime side. So I'm just taking a bit. This is probably only like half a pump right here. I feel like this side of my face always uses less product. I don't know why. Like, am I skinnier on this side of my face? I don't know. I like it better on the primer. I'm saying it right now. It looks a bit fresher. It's slightly easier to blend, not like this side was hard to blend or anything, but it just is. It's a little bit easier to blend. It just looks smoother. And this side I've actually got a lot of texture at the moment down here with like congestion and stuff, and it looks great. I feel like the color I've created is pretty good. It's a little bit like yellow for me. Like I almost needed more olive, you know, because my fake tan's quite an olive color rather than like yellower undertoned. So you know, hopefully we can fix that with a bit of powder or something, bronzer. If you like full coverage, then hello. It looks so full coverage, like literally, almost like a mask, not in a bad way. I mean, you can create that dimension back with bronzer and contour and highlight, but I mean, this is not one of those foundations you are going to want to wear with nothing else because it looks like a mask. It is so perfect and flawless and full coverage. I'm just gonna like dab whatever's left on my sponge just over my chest to try and like bring some of the color down so it's all more cohesive. I mean, it's not the best job, but there we have it. That is intense. Wow. I feel like I don't even need concealer under my eyes because that is so full coverage. That's one of the most full coverage foundations I think I've ever used. It almost covered up those breakouts completely. Like, I don't really want to put on any more coverage over my face, even over the breakouts that is slightly visible, just because I feel like it'll feel too heavy. This doesn't currently feel heavy. I feel like it's that kind of foundation where it looks like it's on the verge of just going wrong. Like if I add more product to my skin. Like how intense is that? But it looks smooth. It looks really nice. Like my pores and everything don't look accentuated at this stage at all. And the side of my face I like more. A little bit more of a glow. I don't know, it just looks nicer, fresher. So I recommend primer, I think. I think it just helps. It's such a full coverage. Like I think it just helps to like just thin it out the tiniest amount. It still keeps all the coverage there, but it just makes it go on a little bit nicer. Are we trying the concealer? I guess we are. I'm gonna use the tiniest amount because judging off what went on around the eyebrows, like that was a tiny amount of product and yeah, it like went far. So I'm gonna use a tiny amount under my eyes. I don't even really need any product under here. I don't even know why I'm bothering. Just to say I did it. Here we go. Kind of keen to get this in a lighter shade, not gonna lie. Like, for brightening under my eyes because it is insane. The coverage. Like move over Shape Tape, seriously. Okay, well, it looks smooth. Look at that. I really like the finish of it. It's like ridiculously heavy, but it doesn't feel it. It kind of looks it. I feel like this would look good with, you know, some setting spray. And it's the kind of texture oh, there's no stickiness at all. I was like, I feel like it's the kind of texture it's gonna feel sticky. Oh my god, look. It's not even transferring, like real time. Look at this. Can you look at my fingers? Yes, they are bright pink and my face is very, very, very yellow right now. The color is not perfect. Look at that. A little bit of transfer there where I just put this, but here's a tissue. I'm just gonna like press it real time. No editing. Look at that. No transfer. Let's try the prime side on the other side of the tissue. Real time. No transfer. What the heck? So, I mean, you don't have to powder it, I guess. I probably will use the same powder I used last time, just a little bit of like a translucent powder because I just want to treat it evenly compared to every other first impression. You know, in my everyday life, I set my foundation and I do notice it's creasing into my wrinkle on my forehead. Can you see? Like it's settling into fine lines. So I want to definitely set that kind of area. I don't understand how it is such a thick product that just has set itself like that. It's weird. Like not thick. I'm saying the wrong word. It's not thick. Like it doesn't feel like gooey and thick. It feels not thin either, like somewhere in between, but I just mean like it is so full of coverage, like instantly. I don't know how, I don't know. So I'm using this Well People Bio Base Baked Highlighter. Not highlighter, brightener. It's like a, you know, setting powder, and I'm just going to do a sparing amount all over just to treat it fairly against other first impressions. This is how I always conduct my first impressions. I always set it. No setting spray though. How would this go with setting spray as well? Like would that just put it on a next level? I love setting spray. I'm a firm believer in them. So I'm putting it around my eyes and I feel like that actually helped to tone down the color a tiny amount too, which is good. It looks amazing. I've got some creasing under my eyes already though, so I probably need to completely avoid that whole area of foundation. Like I need to like not put any foundation up under there, even though the foundation covered my under eyes once again. You know, it did a good job, but it's just a bit like creasy under there, so I probably wouldn't use that under my eyes in the future. Like maybe just concealer or like a different concealer. I'm gonna have to try this concealer again to see if it's this creasing or if it is the foundation. So far I'm excited, like I really am. I am going to do a quick flash test. I'll put up the pictures as always and it looks pretty bomb, pretty smooth. I can definitely see a little bit of texture on my face, but once again, kind of like the last first impression I did, a lot of it comes down to that finish. It is a very matte kind of finish, which isn't my favorite, and I find it just kind of shows up congestion and dry areas on my skin a lot more than it's something with a little bit of a more glowy or, you know, dewy finish, kind of to be expected. But on the areas of my face that don't have congestion, like literally they look so smooth. One thing I have to say at this point, like I just touched my skin just then and it feels dry. Like it feels so dry, like to the touch. It feels like my skin is dehydrated. That's something that I don't like about this. Yeah, no transfer whatsoever, like at all. Like look at me, I don't know what I'm doing. It's crazy. Like usually I don't even do that test because like every foundation kind of has a little bit of a transfer and I don't usually mind it that much. Like I just don't touch my face, you know. This one, like it doesn't transfer. Crazy. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup. I'll be back later. It's just after 10, so we'll keep wearing this until 10 p.m. tonight. First impression, flawless, no transfer, ridiculously easy to apply and blend, especially with a bit of primer underneath. Huge shade range, reasonable price. Yeah, a lot of pros. Cons, does show up a bit more texture and wrinkles. It does settle into fine lines. It's not settling into pores, but it's definitely, yeah, creases and lines. Yeah, there it is. And it just feels like my skin is parched. I feel dry, like I just want to drench my face in setting mist and get some like moisture. I thought they said there was like hyaluronic acid in this, but yeah, it definitely feels very drying on the skin, and I don't think it's the powder because I use that powder a lot. It's one of my favorites and I don't usually have that issue. So yeah, and the concealer, I really like it first impressions, but once again I want to try it under my eyes just without the foundation under my eyes to see if it does crease. So we'll do that together in an upcoming video, or if I try out this one. I'm so excited to try out this one now because it's dewy, glow skin, luminous foundation. Like imagine if it's like this except glowy, like imagine. And imagine if it didn't transfer, because that's something with dewy foundations, like they always transfer pretty much. That would be exciting. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Guys, I just had to come on here with a full face of makeup on. I used my Hourglass bronzer. I used this BH Cosmetics Glowing in Grease. I used this highlighter and this highlighter, and then I used these two blushes mixed together. I'm trying out a new lash glue, so if my lashes look funky, I apologize. These lashes are by Unscripted. The eyeshadows are XO Beauty. Brows are just a little tiny bit of the Colourpop Brow Gel. Otherwise it's just like a fresh brow laminate. My mascara smudged like heck under my eyes. I had to like erase the foundation to get it off. Like I had to like scrape it off my freaking face, because as soon as you get like fallout on this foundation, it sticks to it. Look at this. That's one thing I need to say. Like it is, I don't know, it's just like the texture of it, it just sticks it. So now I've got a mark on my face. My lips are Michaela lip pencil and Namjai liquid lipstick, and a little bit of a gloss coming soon. I just had to show you, sorry, I'm so distracted. I just had to show you how great the foundation looked with a bit of bronzer and highlighter. The color's still not perfect, but it definitely looks a lot better than it did. So very, very happy with how it looks. It still feels quite dry, but I'm not noticing it so much. I guess I'm just kind of getting used to the sensation. You know when you get out of the shower sometimes and you cleanse your skin and you feel real dry when you get out and you're just like, oh, I can't wait to put on moisturizer. I often feel it on my hands as well, like when I have dry hands, like that's how my face feels. I'll be back later. Hello guys. So, oh, I can feel food in my tooth. I just finished eating my cauliflower fried rice. Hopefully you can't see any. Anyway, it is a 20 to 2, almost 4 hours nearly. So yeah, this is how it is looking. I did do some photos, so I'll pop those up on the screen. You can see that it is sinking a little bit around my nostrils. I'm gonna zoom you in and just like, can you see? It's like melting a little bit, and I feel like it's sunk into a couple random pores on my nose, just like here and there. It has not faded whatsoever. It looks so smooth and flawless still. I would say it's kind of like gripping to those texturized areas over my face a little bit more. I wouldn't say it's sunk in anymore though to fine lines and wrinkles and things. Overall it still looks really great. It's just, yeah, not the best once again over texture like the previous foundation. I'd say it's so similar to the Beauty Blender Bounce foundation. It looks like velvet on the skin, like super velvety matte. Full coverage. You can definitely see like fine lines and like fine texture around my hairline, like up here where I've got like hairs and little wrinkly bits and things. But overall, like, it still looks really great, you know? It's not oily or anything yet, so I'll keep an eye on that later. We'll see if it like gets a little bit oily as the day goes on. I probably won't really pop back in unless anything else really changes. What I did just do as well is I just filmed myself using the front camera, so it's not as detailed as the back camera, but the front camera just in different lighting, so you could kind of see like the texture and everything on my skin. Obviously with different shadows and different lighting, the texture can be more or less obvious. Like right now in this lighting, it's pretty good lighting because the lighting's directly on my face, so you can still see the texture, but it's not too bad. Whereas if you're in worse lighting, it's a little bit more like there. So once again, like for me personally, and it's totally up to you, but if I do have like bumps and lumps on my skin like I do today, I do prefer something a little bit more glowy. It just doesn't emphasize those patches as much, but that's just my personal preference. You do you, boo. I think if you had super smooth skin, like this would be bomb for you. However, like even look how like flawless and poreless this looks. This side of my face has worse pores than this side, and this side has no primer, and still look how poreless that area looks. Let me zoom you all the way in the dark. Look through here, you can barely see anything. It's kind of melting more like just in my nostril area, like around here, and like a couple of pores on my actual nostril. That's the only areas where it's starting to like sink in. Same with this side, like just on the actual nostril. I hope you can kind of see that. Other than that though, yeah, it's just, I don't even know if it has got worse on the texture or if it's just like always been like that. I'll have to watch back the footage, but anyway. Why is the lighting like this all of a sudden? That's a little bit better. I don't know what just happened. It all went like blue. I was like bright blue. But yeah, you can just see how flawless my face is. This is like full coverage, yo. It is 5 p.m, so that's 7 hours, which is a good amount of time. I wasn't going to pop in like I said, but I thought I'd just do a little update in terms of like the amount of time that I think is a reasonable amount of time. Like my bare minimum is like 6-7 hours, so this is how it would look. Sorry if you can hear the rain. It's like really nice but also kind of annoying. Like annoying in the video but nice in real life. I love rain, well, when I'm inside and warm. Anyway, so the only difference at this stage is, oh, a bit of glitter. Where did that come from? I don't know. I think it's a little bit oily just through my T-zone. I'm just gonna take this tissue from earlier, which I wiped lipstick on, but anyway. And I'm just going to like, just see if any oil comes off my face. Yeah, just a little bit. It still isn't transferring really. You can see like the oil like just there slightly. There's a little bit of product transfer, but it's not much. So yeah, a little bit of natural oils coming through, that's fine. And other than that, I think it's a little bit more crusty around the nostrils, like in the crevices. Other than that, it looks like the same. I don't think it looks crustier on my congestion. I don't think it looks like it's creased anymore necessarily, or sunk into the lines anymore. I think that's the only difference. So, I mean, I think for that amount of time, the wear is really good. I think if you want something that is flawless, full coverage, and matte, there you go. Is it my ideal foundation? No, not necessarily, but I do like it still. But I'm so excited to try this. Good evening, everybody. My lipstick's looking rough by this point, but here's my makeup. I've definitely wiped it off a tiny bit where I've been like itching my nose, and I also had this flake of skin I picked off, so that's what's happened just here. Other than that though, I feel like I do look a little greasier, and if I touch it, yeah, I'm a little bit oily, but it's actually quite nice because my natural oils are coming through, but it's not separating where my oils are coming through. It's just staying put. It just looks a bit oily. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't look weird. I'd say the worst part is around my nose, like where it's just like crusted off and separated off a little bit. This is a better look right here. You can see I'm oily on my nose a little bit. I think my skin's just changed ever since coming off the pill. I feel like I do get a little bit more oily through my T-zone these days, but it's not like excessive, you know, it's just like a small amount, whereas before my skin was like super dry. I'd say my skin's more like normal combo now, where it's like normal and then a few dry patches and sometimes a little bit of oil. My contour looks so bad in this lighting. I'm sorry. I don't know like what's happening with this color balance right now. Let me see if I can like, okay, that was weird. Anyway, yeah, so it did go a little bit flaky on that dry skin. It looks a little bit dry like around here. It's creased a bit more under my eyes. It has not settled too much more into fine lines, wrinkles or anything. Like it kind of just like did its thing and then it's just stayed quite the same. It has not faded. It looks so smooth through here, so smooth, and the texture looks the same. So it almost looks the exact same as earlier, just a little bit more creasing around the nostrils and a bit of oil coming through. So overall, I think if you love full coverage, transfer proof, and a matte finish, this is for you. I don't notice it feeling super uncomfortable at this point in terms of like feeling dry. It doesn't feel like real dry now, but it did feel quite drying for like, you know, the first few hours. So that's something to keep in mind. If you already feel like you have dry skin, I think it's probably not going to be this kind of thing that's going to be comfortable for you to wear. So yeah, I hope this helped. Let me know if you guys are thinking of picking it up or not. I forgot to mention this is cruelty free and vegan, which is great. You get 27 ml, which is a tiny bit less than average. Not much less than average, but a little bit less. The box looks really cool. I think it's a really good product for the price point as well. Like, or in general, it's just a really good product. The price is super reasonable on it. Is it the kind of thing I will keep? I'm not too sure. I would say it's very comparable to that one I tried last time, the Beauty Blender Bounce one, which is linked below if you want to watch that tutorial as well and kind of compare the way it looks on my skin. I'd say it's definitely comparable. I think before I decide if I'm going to keep this in my collection or not, I think we will try this because I feel like this would be more up my alley in terms of like the finish, hopefully. But who knows? Like, I wonder if it'll last just as well. Like, will it transfer? Will it not? Like, how's it going to go? Do you know what I mean? If you've tried these products yet, let me know what you thought and give everyone else a review because this is like a brand new line on the market. Let's get some discussions going. So if anyone else is thinking of purchasing it, they can read your review as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.